When I shoot a video, I always get butterflies. Talking to a camera has some kind of psychological effect on me. It makes me speak faster, sweat, my mouth dry, and my heart beat faster. All these physiological reactions prevent me from speaking well, performing well. So every time I post a video, it's a small win for me, regardless of the views I get, because it means I got out of my comfort zone and put myself out there, right? And that gives me a sense of achievement and builds my confidence. This is my ninth video, and I'm getting used to talking to a camera. I'm overcoming my camera fright little by little. I'm getting better. You know, life is all about getting used to things through consistency. What seems difficult now will be a warm-up if you keep doing it, right? Everything becomes easier with repetition. That's a fact. We have more potential than we realize. We are really capable. But most people never find out. Most people never reach their full potential because they don't take action out of fear of failure and embarrassment, you know? I know it sucks to be bad at something. I know it sucks to see yourself struggling, not performing well, and looking like a clown. It's jarring, you know, it's cringe. It holds you back from taking action. I know it. But you need to go through that cringe, embarrassing phase to be great, to achieve your goals, you know? You need to start anyway. I used to think you need to be great to start something. You need to be flawless, perfect on camera. You need to, you know, like do it beautifully or don't do it at all. That was my mentality before, but it's the other way around. You know, you need to start something to be great. That's how you achieve something, right? Because nobody starts at the top. Everybody starts at the bottom and climbs a mountain little by little and find themselves at the top. That's how you improve, right? That's how you grow. When I edit my videos, I always cringe at my voice, my Japanese accent, and how I perform on camera. It's cringe overload. It's tough for me to go through the editing process, always, you know, because I suck on camera. I know it, but compared to when I started 2 months ago, I am a little better. I started more confident and look more relaxed on camera. I'm becoming more comfortable on camera. I'm getting better. Doing YouTube is really great. It's beneficial in so many ways. It helps me catch my flows and leads me to self-discovery. While editing, I always find one or two flaws in my speech, in my pronunciation, and in my, you know, like my grammar, you know? So I always improve as I make videos. It feels great. It feels like I'm sculpting myself into a better, improved version of me, slowly shaving off my rough edges. It's really great, you know? And it makes me wonder, if I keep doing this, if I post hundreds of videos, where would I go? How much better would I be, you know? And I'm really excited to see the future improved version of me. And that anticipation keeps me going. That's my main motivation to keep doing YouTube, you know? Like, many people compare themselves to successful people and feel intimidated, right? And they're like, I'm not good enough. I'm not insightful enough to start my own channel. But you can be, though, if you practice. You need to think positively. Like, you need to think like, if I put my mind to it, anything is possible. I can make it happen. You need to think like that. The difference between people who let fear of failure hold them back from taking action and me is that I'm betting on myself. I believe I'm not going to remain at this level. If I keep doing this, I'll be better, you know, in 2 years, 3 years. I'll be far better than I am now. I believe that. Look at your favorite YouTubers' first videos, early videos. They suck. They were not as good. You can see they were experimenting with things to find their own voice. They made a lot of mistakes and learned from them and got better over time. Improvement is all about trial and error. Successful people are the ones that made the most mistakes. They tried and failed the most, right? When it comes to success and improvement, quantity matters more than quality. I forgot where I got this information. Maybe it was Atomic Habits, the book. But anyway, so there's this experiment done by a professor in the US or something. So this professor divided his photography students into two groups, quality group and quantity group. And he graded these two groups of students with different metrics. He graded the quantity group students based on how many photos they took, while he graded the quality group students based on how good their best photos were, right? And he let them know he would grade them differently, right? To see how it makes a difference in the quality of their photos. And the results were counterintuitive. Most of the best photos came from the quantity group students, not from the quality group students. And the reason behind it is simple. Students from the quantity group spent so much time outside taking pictures, experimenting with different compositions, lightings, and angles. They made mistakes and learned from them. They improved along the way. Whereas the students from the quality group didn't go outside. They just did research, read the books, and speculated about aesthetic, beautiful photos in their head. They didn't take pictures until the end, and they ended up taking mediocre pictures as a result. So this experiment illustrates how much we can learn through trial and error. Improvement comes from doing, not from overthinking. And the reason why doing works more than thinking is because doing exposes you to risks of failure and embarrassment. When other people are watching, we pay more attention to ourselves, our flaws and behavior, right? And we try extra hard to fix them as we go, right? So the higher the stakes, the faster we improve. So putting yourself out there is a faster way to improve yourself. So if you're hesitating to start something because of the fear of failure, because you don't feel ready, just do it anyway. There's no such thing as the perfect timing. You will never feel ready. So you need to do it. You need to get into it now. Make mistakes, learn from them, and get better. You don't need to be great to start something. You need to start to be great. No procrastination, alright? Do it anyway. That's it. I hope you found this video resonating. Thank you.